And welcome back to the Saturday Club podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Smith, alongside Mr. Jerry Drummond. How are we doing?
Pretty good, Brandon. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, absolutely. It's not like, we share this podcast or anything, but
Oh, no, it's totally yours, dude. I'll just let you take over.
it's basically mine, my creation. It's all mine. So, yeah, that sounds good. So week 3 of college football, we're going to go over it. We're going to talk about all the action that took place. But we have some coaching changes. Some big news broke this morning. UCLA and Virginia Tech have opened up. Both have decided to move on from Brent Pry and Deshaun Foster at their respective schools. Let's kind of dive into that. What are our first initial thoughts about these opening up?
Man, I think the writing was already on the wall for Brent Pry. I feel like I thought they played really well against South Carolina, and then last week, they're up 10 against Vandy and kind of just get ran out of their own stadium. And then obviously last night was one of the most embarrassing losses probably in program history. Virginia Tech, the fan base deserves better. The school deserves better. I don't know where they go from here. I think it's a top half job of the ACC.
Yeah. When they're rolling, when beginning of it was when they made the ACC championship in 2016.
Justin Fuente.
He had them going for a few years. The first couple of years he was there. That's a team that can compete for the ACC championship. That's a program, that can.
They've only been really good in our lifetime a handful of years. I know they played for a national championship with Michael Vick, but that was 1999.
Yeah.
Well, I think we were maybe a thought. I don't know.
I don't know if that existed.
We weren't alive. I don't even know if we were.
I don't think I'd been conceived yet.
Oh, nice. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. It's to me, Virginia Tech. When I hear about the Virginia Tech lore, it's almost like Nebraska lore. I'm not comparing the programs. It's just we were never alive for Nebraska being a powerhouse. Maybe the year before they left for the Big Ten, they were in the Big 12 championship. But besides that, I remember a couple of Virginia Tech teams that were good in the ACC, but that was like 2008. I know Clemson beat them in 2011 and 2016, but outside of that, I really don't recall. I know they beat Ohio State in 2014, but outside, I really don't recall Virginia Tech being at the top of the league standings.
That might have been their last massive win, I'd say, that 2014 Ohio State game. I can't think of any other big games they've won since then.
Well, they haven't really been in a whole lot of big games, I feel like. It's just that fan base deserves better. But I just don't know that they played a certain way with Beamer there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you recreate that, the lunch pail mentality that he created. I like where they're situated, though, that you can recruit the Tidewater section. You got the DMV. You can kind of come into the Carolinas a little bit. It's a good location. I feel like they got a pretty good backing, booster wise and whatnot like that.
It's all public record. I did do some research. They're 11th in the ACC in football funding.
Really?
Yes.
You think they
can? I don't know what.
So do you think that's something where they need to see it before they start investing?
I think it's one of those things where you want to see. I think they got to hire the right guy, and you're obviously not going to know if you get the right guy until a couple years in. But I think you try to get a home run hire. I don't know what that looks like at Virginia Tech. Obviously, I think in their world they're like, "Oh, Shane Beamer. Shane Beamer's not going to Virginia Tech."
No,
unless the floor just falls underneath him at Carolina this year, which I don't think it will. I think they'll be fine. But any SEC job is better than Virginia Tech.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no. I bet you South Carolina gives way more probably for football than VT does. I don't know the numbers off the.
Oh, 100%. But also, like, even if Beamer goes 4-8, I think he's I think he's fine.
Yeah, no, he recruits well enough. Intriguing job. I think if they can get the right guy, that could really kind of get into that upper. See, I don't think that's crazy to say. I think they just need to find the right guy. They just haven't had it. I know some. Do you want to go? That have been listed. We kind of be like, okay, this would be a cool fit. Is that good with you?
Sure. Your show, dude. I'm just here.
That's right. We'll start off with a little. I don't know. You can call this a hot take. Mike Vick. How would you like Mike Vick being the head coach of VT?
Initially, I remember texting you and Chris, Mike Vick time. I'm gonna back off on that.
Yeah, he's only been a head coach.
I don't think he's experienced.
1 year.
Yeah, 3 games. I think 3 games.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to bring a guy in. Granted, he's probably your best player in school history, but you got to win now, and I don't think you have time to kind of wait for him to learn how to be a head coach. I like Jamie Chadwell at Liberty. I think that'd be a good fit. Buster Faulkner at Georgia Tech. I'd give him a call. Glenn Schumann. I don't think he'd leave, but I'd at least give him a call.
Right.
And then
I know we talked about Jeff Monken. That would be a good one. Army head coach.
Well, especially if Virginia Tech's going to be like, well, we don't want to invest that much in the full team. Well, then run the triple option.
All right. Yeah. Great equalizer.
Exactly. And I think Monken, I mean, they beat Kansas State this year. They had a good year last year with Bryson Daly at quarterback. So I think it's very possible. Monken's been in a couple watch list names. He's never left. Granted, he's done pretty well at Army. I think he's waiting for the right job. I think Virginia Tech's a good job for him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he kind of has that hard hat mentality. I think Jamie Chadwell will be really interesting because he's kind of already been up in that part of the world for a couple of years now. So he's kind of built some recruiting ties up there. I think that would be kind of a nice transition. I'd like to see that. That'd be cool.
I'd like to see Chadwell. I think he's a stand-up guy. I think he runs a pretty unique offensive system that he could win with less. And if you think about it, Virginia Tech, there should be no excuse for Virginia Tech not to be in the same tier as a Clemson, Florida State, Miami, North Carolina. Like whatever the top brands you think of when you think ACC, like historically, I think Virginia Tech should be right there. And I think Chadwell would do a good job. I don't know who wants to do that. I don't know who wants to take that job. I think Chadwell is probably the only proven G5 coach I'd probably at least take a look at. I think Golish would stay at South Florida.
Yeah, I don't think he'd jump ship for me.
And then Summerall at Tulane, I think he's an SEC guy. I don't know. I just think they haven't really been competitive in a long time, and it's sad to see. But of the 2 jobs open right now, which one would you take?
Oh, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I think UCLA. I understand they're in the Big Ten, but I agree. I just think no one cares about football at UCLA.
No, you're second fiddle to USC. If you take UCLA out of LA, their resources would be equivalent to like Oregon State. Like they don't give any money to the football team. Like
that is public record. Good for you to look on that. Do some deep diving. Good investigative journalism. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Good point you mentioned about the second fiddle stuff. I mean, the only competition you have in Virginia Tech is Virginia, who's not. They're not even a basketball school anymore. They're just academics.
Dog water.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Virginia Tech. I would take Virginia Tech over UCLA. I know UCLA's in the Big Ten, but you can win quicker at Virginia Tech.
The recruiting's harder out there because you got to fight Oregon and USC for the top guys. Virginia, is kind of more – there's more talent local to the area, if you know what I mean. Like, I'd Virginia Tech. UCLA is tough. I mean, maybe if UCLA started actually investing money, but that's a pretty big if because it seems like they're not really interested in it.
I think Virginia Tech's in a better place than UCLA is right now.
100%. If UCLA got serious about football, I would probably say UCLA, but because they got some money, but I just doesn't seem like they're interested at all at spending it. So I mean, that's everybody has different prerogatives, but
the weird thing about UCLA now is the Nico situation. Kind of got a coach fired already in 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, whoever takes over that, like, how are they going to navigate that? Like, that's
what I would be worried about if I was a fan of. I mean, I don't think I've ever met a UCLA fan. So if I was a Virginia Tech fan, the only thing I'd be worried about since they did it this early is you're going to see a bunch of kids redshirt and not want to play,
right,
and then leave. So I think it's good on the school for doing that early. Would I have done that? Absolutely not, because you don't want the product to suffer more than it already has.
Yeah, UCLA is going to pack it up. it's going to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nico left.
You think he redshirts and leaves?
I mean, dude, he left literally Tennessee.
I mean, where would he would have to go somewhere like?
He's gonna do what Malachi Nelson did.
G6.
I think Nico would go to like an American team.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe if I don't even know if Retzlaff is this his last year. Maybe he slides in at Tulane.
That's not bad. I mean, South Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a flyer on him.
It's a sticky situation, weird situation. I think this is probably the earliest firing we've seen. I can't really remember one quicker.
3
It didn't involve a scandal.
Yeah, I was having like a scandal because I remember I think Northwestern, that was the whole Pat Fitzgerald thing. Was that near the end of the season, I think?
Yeah, I think so. And that's another name I would contact Fitzgerald.
Where's he at?
He's not coaching.
He's just
the scandal he got like resolved from it or like annulled, whatever the correct legal term is. He's scotch-free from that. If I was Virginia Tech, honestly, he'd be my first call. You want to talk about winning with less. I mean, they were in the Big Ten championship in 2020, granted, fake year, but
they won that year? I thought
no. They played Ohio State and they lost.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but still making it the Big Ten championship as
Northwestern.
It's crazy.
Like, it wasn't like they did a theater play and they were in the Big Ten championship. Like, that was real life.
Right.
I just, as a cultural purist, which I think you and I are, I think when the sport is at its best, well, the sport's always at its best, but it's always cool to see Virginia Tech do well.
Right. They're one of those teams where, like, I mean, obviously for people that are our age probably don't get it, but like people that are older than us probably are like, wishing Virginia Tech was good because they were kind of used to that for several years under Beamer, I mean, they brought the lunch bill, man. They were a tough team. They were a good team.
Yeah, they have the talent. Like, their receivers are good. Donovan Green's good. Kyron Jones is okay. But I watched some of the game last night, and it was 2nd and 2. I think there's like 40 seconds left in the first half, and he slides, make it 3rd and 1. And the crowd, like, the stadium was filled with boos.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. I think Brent Pry knew he was done. And that has to suck.
Yeah, that's brutal. Especially this is Kyron Jones' senior year, right?
I believe so. Remember last year,
they were supposed to be like a breakout team last year.
Yeah, we were driving down to Orlando, and we were watching Virginia Tech, and you and I were like, dude, Virginia Tech is going to be a really good team next year, 2024, and just disappeared. I think that was kind of like, all right, this guy is not it. I don't know why I think the buyout was less now, but, you hate to see a guy get fired. I just hope Virginia Tech can get on the right track. Yeah,
Sam, I'd like to see them good. Going back to the UCLA job, if you're UCLA and you're getting the green light to spend some money, who is your first call?
You're not gonna like it. Stein, I would take a flyer on him. I don't think he leaves. I think he's gonna wait for a big. He's coached everywhere. He's coached at Texas. He's coached at UTSA. He's played at Louisville. Coached at Western Kentucky, I think. So like, if I'm him, I would wait for a bigger job, because the worst thing you want to do is say yes to the wrong job.
100%. UCLA is just not a good job at all. That's a dumpster fire.
Who's the DC at Southern Cal that left UCLA?
Dan Tomlin.
I would give him a call.
I could possibly see him, but
I don't know. If that was me and my defensive coordinator left for South Carolina and then was the head coach at Clemson, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's obviously not to the degree that rivalry isn't the same.
No, it's not, but it's still crosstown.
Right.
Who else?
I know we talked about Dan Mullen possibly making.
Yeah, Dan Mullen. I would like that.
LA.
Golly, who else?
Maybe Spencer Danielson at Boise State.
I think Boise State's still a better situation.
Yeah, I mean they made the playoff last year, so I don't think
it's just a hard move to go from Boise, Idaho to Los Angeles.
That's quite a culture shock.
Yeah, I don't know if some of these coaches I would just wait it out, because UCLA, when was the last? Chip Kelly didn't really even win there.
It's a tough place to win, man. Who's
the last UCLA coach? Jim Mora?
Jim Mora was outside of when Aikman was there in the 80s and 90s. That's the only time they've been good, was when Jim Mora was there, early 2010s. I mean, they were pretty good back then.
I just don't know. I don't know that side of the world as much.
Yeah, they've also had to deal with Stanford and Oregon kind of hitting their peaks in the 2010s. So they were and USC was solid back then. So, I mean, it's just they've always been that fourth or fifth best team. I don't know if they'll ever get to that top percent of especially now in the Big Ten. You're not sniffing the top 5, 6. They don't have the resources or not willing to use them. But
I think I know we mentioned Hartline for Vautech. I don't think he'd leave for Vautech.
No, I don't think he would either.
I think if Cincinnati comes open, he goes to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I could see that. What was I going to say? Honestly, I'd say if I were Will Stein, I'd be more willing to go to Virginia Tech, because you grew up in that area.
That's what Andy Staples was saying.
Played at Louisville. That part of the world. I don't think he goes for either. I think he'll wait for something better, but that would make more sense than going to UCLA.
Yeah, I just don't know what direction David. I think Dan Mullen makes sense.
That'd be a cool hire. The offense will be right, probably.
But then again, it's you could have the best team and you could be a top 25 team. No one's going to care because you're not Southern Cal.
Nope. Even when they were good with DTR, nobody went to the games. Still.
No, it's sad. It's sad.
Nobody. They would barely even fill up the bottom half of the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, so, that's a job that I think that'd be. I don't even know if I want to do it on the CFB 26. I don't even know that's not even a fun rebuild, because they're just not cool.
Nah, they just don't have that aura either. Outside of when Aikman was there, have they ever been really good?
I don't remember UCLA being
they were all right back when we were in middle school, and then DTR was there for years. They were good, but they've never contended for a playoff.
When Rosen was there,
yeah, they would go 9-3 or something like that. They've never been a 10-2, 11-1.
I honestly can't tell you the last time I watched the UCLA game that didn't involve an Oregon or a
bigger opponent. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I am interested to see who they hire. I mean, obviously they got a lot of time to do some research. So, I mean, some of these coaches aren't going to accept a job until end of this year. So we'll see where it goes. But I think we're both in agreement that Virginia Tech's the better job.
Yeah, I'd go to Virginia Tech before I go to UCLA.
100%. Anything else you want to touch on that, or you want to move on?
No, I thought that was pretty good. That was very professional.
Yes, that was good. All right, so let's move on to the slate this past weekend. So first up, we're going to talk. I'm just going to let you take the floor on this one. Clemson at Georgia Tech. Go ahead.
Yeah, tough loss. Oh man. Georgia Tech, I think, is like a legit. This is not the worst, most like shocking loss. I don't think. I mean, it was only a 2.5-point spread. I'm trying to think of like losses that like I was more disappointed in. I mean, this one probably hurts the most because this is probably the most talented team Clemson's had since 2020. Maybe even more talented, at least on defense. It just seems like Clemson doesn't have an edge anymore, and that's the most disappointing thing. A couple plays that stood out to me that kind of not the reason Clemson lost, but just kind of stood out to me was Ashton Hampton got beat on a double move. I think that was Rivers in the end of the first quarter. Clemson's playing man, and he has his eyes on the quarterback. That's just you can't do that. Second, the fumble, whatever from Cade, whatever that was bad, and then the red zone turnover. That was just a heck of a play. But then I rewatched it. I don't know how a third-year quarterback makes that throw. I just in real time it looked like it was just a heck of a play, and it was. But you just got to limit that. I think Will Helt's the best player on the defense, which there's 2 millionaires on the defense. Clemson doesn't play with an edge anymore, and it's weird to even say that. I hate saying it, but it's true. There's no fire on defense. They don't. Sam Brown's pretty good. Wade Woodaz has regressed. And if you want to get into the offense, Klubnik really hasn't taken that next step at all. He's kind of the same guy he's been since late part of 23. And it just everything Clemson does offensively looks challenging. And it's like outside of – and honestly, if Randall doesn't convert that 3rd and 22 on like the inside zone, Clemson gets blown out. It's like – I don't know. I thought Tony Elliott was a bad play caller towards the end. And Grant may have just been DJ. But Riley's not doing himself any favors. And it's really hard to watch. Like really hard to watch.
Yeah, I'm curious. Just obviously, we're not going to get the full answer, but how much of that is Cade? How much of that is Garrett? Like, I'm curious to know. Like, does Cade not have the ability? Does he have to kind of, is that playbook shrinking because of Cade's ability? He can't do full field progressions. He gets antsy. Like, I wonder how much of that is Cade having limitations and Garrett is trying to conform a playbook to those limitations. Like, I don't know.
The sad part is we're talking about a third-year quarterback having limitations with – I know they haven't produced, but this is and Antonio Williams has been hurt, but this is the best wide receiving group I can remember since 2018.
By far, it's not even close.
And those are blue-chip guys. Wesco and Moore could play anywhere else, anywhere. And they would be getting starting snaps, maybe outside Ohio State. But it looks like we're having ball handling issues on jet sweeps. I thought he's better when things are like when Clemson goes tempo. I don't know why they don't just let it go. Like, I don't know.
I guess it's like quicker reads and you know what I mean? Like it's just quicker reads and whatnot, so he can do those well. Like I guess that's what it would be.
Well, I thought they opened up with a good script. I know we talked about it, how to get Clemson or get Cade going, and they did what I said they were going to do, shorter throws, and then he, fumbles, and you're like, dude, and it was a good play. If he doesn't fumble, it's a good play. So it's just like, I don't know if he can't get out of his own head. I don't know. Because I think Clemson fans were so used to the unshakable confidence of Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, and even to an extent Kelly Bryant, and then going back further, Taj Boyd. I mean, if I had to rank those guys, I think Cade's probably 5th.
Yeah. And kind of like what you said, it's just the mistakes he makes are that of like a first-year starter.
No, and they're mind-numbing, like literally mind-numbing. And
brother.
I think Cade's a great guy. I don't know him at all. I think he's a great guy, and I'm like, he says all the right things. So what it looks like is a believer. I know he is. I don't know him personally, but it seems like he does all the right things. But there's just no excuse for the miss. His timing's off. He doesn't look comfortable back there. And another thing, if I can continue, this offensive line makes me, I don't want to say it, makes me very upset. Clemson had the ball at the 1 yard line and couldn't score on first, second, and third down. And then Cade Klubnik jumps over the line to score on 4th and goal. And you have the offensive line flexing and showing now, trying to show off the Tech fans. You didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'd say outside of the quarterback play, I've been very underwhelmed with it. It is not great.
No, it's embarrassing. You have all those guys have started before. I know Lee's out, but that shouldn't. Sadler's a 4th-year junior. Linthicum's a 2nd-year starter. Sewell's he started some last year, and then Parks has been there since Parks. I'm a year old. Parks is a year younger than me.
I think it's one of those.
And then Blake Miller's okay.
I think they're not very high upside athletes. They're very stiff, there's not a lot of NFL talent on that offense. Blake Miller's
it. But the good news is about that is those aren't Matt Luke's guys.
No, they aren't. It's once you get the Braden Jacobs in there, some of those younger guys, and develop them, I think the offensive line is going to be a lot better. It's just a lot of experience, but they're not very good athletes. So it's offensive line is one of those you got to develop. You can't just throw in a bunch of freshmen in there. It just doesn't work like that. So I don't know. Did Braden Jacobs play a little bit in the Jaw Tech game? Did he get in there?
I think so for a little bit. I'll have to look at the snap counts.
I saw him in there. But
they get posted today. Let's see.
Stand by.
Yeah. Another thing. Brent Key's legit. I think
he's a dog.
I think he's one of the better coaches in the country. I hate being liking a coach after they beat Clemson, but he's a likable guy. I mean, he's staying at his alma mater. He's going to get some big schools that are going to call his name. I don't think he's ever going to leave. And then Haynes King's a warrior. I mean, he had 26 carries. Jamal Haynes is good. Eric Rivers is good. God, who's the kid they had in the bad boundary? Canyon?
The corner?
No, Isaac Canyon, number 4, the receiver. Big-bodied receiver.
Were you able to see the snap count on that?
They haven't posted it yet.
But
Isaiah Canyon.
Yeah, they've impressed me a lot. Brent Key. I think keep building that and get some of those recruits. I mean, he's in a recruiting gold mine. That'd be interesting to see because I know definitely some bigger schools will want to get him. But yeah, I mean, kind of from my takeaways from the game, I was also shocked at how little impact Pee-woo and
So I've been saying, dude, him and Parker have been missing.
I don't know why that is. I don't know if they got some injuries going. I don't know. But I don't know what's going on there. You expect Parker to be having more of an impact than he did. Will Helt was clearly the best edge player at Saturday.
Well, Will Helt knows this is his bag here. Will Helt's never really been on a decent team.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know if these guys think, oh, I'm at Clemson, I'm supposed to just win every game. Since they've gotten there, they've lost 10 games already.
Yeah.
I don't think Peter Woods ever lost in high school.
Yeah, I think Thompson went undefeated both his junior years. Yeah.
They had an 8th grader playing quarterback in one state.
That's crazy.
It's annoying. Like, another thing, sorry. I don't ever want to hear comparisons to the 2018 defensive line ever again about this group. That's all I heard all offseason. I was buying into it, to be fair. But I think Peter Woods is going to be a great NFL player. No one ever will come close to that group. And I think they just read into their press clippings all offseason how great they were.
That might be the case. Yeah. They're definitely nowhere near the Power Rangers.
No, and it's like, I don't know. I think Cade's a great guy, but I know there's a lot of games left. But
yeah, I think there's potential there to run the table. I'm going to obviously need some improvements on both sides of the ball.
I'm going to be on a week-to-week basis if I think Clemson. I mean, if we go out and blow out Syracuse, and I'm like right there. Trust me, I love Clemson. It's a big part of my family, big part of my identity, big part of my – I mean, not identity, but like big part of, who I am and all that. This is probably one of the lowest I've felt about the trajectory of the program. I mean, 2021 was bad, but that team's still in 10-3.
Right. Yeah, I think there's some key games that stretch in, I think it's October with Florida State, Duke.
Florida State's in November, yeah.
That'll tell us a lot. I'm curious to see how that team looks with that. But, yeah, still, I mean, it's a tough opponent on the road, but still you want to see some improvements.
One last thing, though. 2023 was rough, and last year had some rough parts. But in 2023, all we were hearing about, like, on the ESPN broadcast, like this, they're building for 2025. And it all lined up. There's not a talent gap issue like in some years. Talent's there. And that's the most disappointing part.
Yeah. I mean, is some of this to blame on Dabo?
I think it always kind of falls on the head coach, but I think Sweeney may have made a mistake, not with the hire of Garrett Riley, but when an offensive coordinator gets fired, usually you see they bring their whole staff with them to the new. I think that set Clemson back a little bit. I'm not saying that Tyler Grisham or Spiller or Kyle Richardson are bad coaches. I'm just saying the coaches had to learn the new system too. Right. I feel like if you would have brought your own guys, it would have been an easier transition.
Yeah,
I think that set Clemson back a little bit. I think not using the portal in 23, not using it in 24. I think this year, I thought Will Helt's the best player on the defense.
I mean, I think you could have used a running back. Yeah,
but I think I like Randall.
He's good, but I mean, never hurts to have 2 or 3 good running backs.
No, I agree. I don't think. Like, running back is to me, it's so disposable as long as you have a good offensive line. Like, you can put anyone back there.
You used a guard or tackle.
I would take a center and a guard.
So I'll be curious to see this upcoming offseason. You don't want to talk about next offseason, I know, but, like, will Dabo hit the portal harder?
Not up to me, which kind of sucks, but I wish it was. But
we'll see. That'll be a big question. But any more on this one you want to unpack? Or?
No, I think here, Georgia Tech, really good team. I could see them winning the league. I'm obviously my grandfather went to Georgia Tech, so I don't have any ill will towards Tech. Haynes King's a warrior. He's what college football is all about. And I hope, maybe we can see a rematch in Charlotte. Highly doubtful.
You never know. But let's move on to the next game. We've got we're moving on to the 3:30 slate. Could argue this one or Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Game of the week. Georgia.
Oh,
which game was better? This Georgia, Tennessee, or A&M at Notre Dame?
I thought Georgia Tennessee was like a cleaner game, and like there was more mastermind stuff.
So Georgia, Tennessee.
Yes.
God, that's hard.
Take away the finish. But think about your experience viewing it.
Oh, man, I don't know. I might go Notre Dame A&M.
Okay, well, whatever. My opinion. Your show.
That's a good thing about it. We don't have to agree on everything.
All right, since I literally just talked your ear off, you go first for Georgia Tennessee.
All right, Georgia Tennessee. Obviously, I think stood out to everybody was how fast of a start Tennessee got off to, scoring 21 points in the first quarter. Didn't think anybody saw that one coming. Joey Aguilar looked really good. Had 200 yards in the first quarter. It's like, holy crap! But they started to fizzle. I mean, they didn't do nothing for a quarter and a half until the second half. It was a great game, back and forth. I did not. Gunnar Stockton made some plays to stay in that game and eventually win it. So, got to give props to him. I know people, including us, have been talking, not so great about him. He went out there and won the game, so you got to give him props for that. I thought it was one of those like the style and the matchups makes the fight. Like
Makes fights, yes.
Style makes fights. I think it was just an offensive masterclass from both teams. I'm impressed with Tennessee, man. I like their offense. I think, like we were talking about, incorporating a lot of the screen elements into the offense. We could clearly see that. They were running the hell out of some wide receiver screens. You can tell Heupel's definitely added that wrinkle this offseason. I think it's made their offense more potent in that. It's not so much run. Oh, play action. We're going to go deep, which I think it's going to help them throughout the season. Impressed with Brazel. Had a hell of a game. I mean, he had almost, 200 yards receiving, probably.
It wasn't as dominant as Jalen Hyatt, but it felt like that.
Yeah, 177 and 3 tutties, balled out. I thought Star Thomas and Bishop looked really good at running back for them. Georgia offensively, I thought obviously Nate Frazier's, you kind of know what you're getting with him. Colby Young had 73 yards. Zach Branch had some plays where it's like, okay, yeah, this is what they were missing last year, that dynamic little slot guy. Overall, insane game. Tennessee kind of gave that one to Georgia, though. That should have been a Tennessee win. But, yeah, I think the main thing coming from this one was Tennessee is better than I thought they would be. Tennessee's better. And it was impressive that Georgia kind of clawed back and won that one. So, good.
Yeah, I think the saying from Bo Schemblecker, I think, is the helmet's worth 7 points. I think Tennessee just has a Georgia problem. I think when they see the block G mentally, they're already kind of down 7 points. Granted, they had a great start, and Aguilar was on fire. I rewatched it, but obviously rewatched it. So with the hindsight that I had, I knew the game was over. First drive of Georgia's first offensive drive in the second half. They went 14 plays, 13 of them are runs. I mean, I just think Georgia was like, all right, dude, you can play this little veer and shoot stuff all day. We'll just run it down your throat. I thought Bobo was in his bag. I think that was the best play calling performance I've seen Mike Bobo have in a long time.
Yeah, he was cooking. I mean, pretty balanced, 200 yards rushing, 300 through the air. I think getting those receivers out of the portal. I mean, London Humphreys had a good game too.
Dude, Lyndon Humphreys can play. And then Lockie, the other tight end, not Delp.
Two good tight ends.
Yes.
I mean,
Branch, Young, Bell.
I know they targeted the A&M transfer a couple times.
Noah Thomas.
Noah Thomas, he gives them another red zone threat.
Dude, I think Georgia would be my new number one.
Yeah, I mean, Gunner
If
played better
Stockton
than him.
plays like, I didn't know Stockton could play like that.
He had some good touch passes. That one to Humphreys, and was that fourth quarter?
That was fourth and goal, yeah.
Yeah, that was a freaking dime. I was impressed with him. The defense, secondary got abused.
Still early.
Still early. They got young guys back there that are still developing, but I like their front seven. I think they're back to what Georgia is used to for the standard in terms of the D line, athleticism and depth. I thought Christian Miller looked really good. The edges look really good. They arguably have some of the best linebackers in the country: Raylan Wilson, C.J. Allen. If that young secondary can develop, yeah, you can. There's definitely an argument to be made that Georgia's the best team in college football.
Yeah, that offense, Tennessee's like just the way it's schematically set up, also puts a lot of pressure on those front seven guys. So, if you can find a way to win that game, by any means necessary. I thought Bobo did a really good job getting Stockton involved in the run game. I was impressed with that. Trying to think. Oh, the drive before the half where they got the field goal, I thought that was great game management from Kirby. Slow it down, run the ball, just wear on them. Just get to the half, and then it was kind of all Georgia from there outside of a couple drives.
Absolutely.
I think they hit one big play, and then they hit a play action pass like leak to Staley.
Yes.
Yeah. And then after that, it was. You got to hit that field goal, but God, that stinks. But Georgia looked like that was probably the best Georgia. Maybe the Alabama game last year was their best offensive showing.
Yeah, that was probably since the Bama game, that was probably their best.
With Gunner Stockton, I did not know.
They played well on the road too, in a hostile environment.
That might be the hardest place to play, in my opinion. Now,
yeah. I'm trying to think.
LSU at night, but the Tennessee looks rowdy.
Yeah. Yeah,
but like I said, I came away impressed. Not more impressed, but I think Tennessee. A lot of people, including me, were very down on this Tennessee team.
Yeah, and they still got guys on the front seven too. Who was it? Caleb Herring had a dominant game. He had 2.5 tackles for loss and 1.5 sacks. They still got talent there. I came away really impressed with them.
I think they could run the table. Look at the schedule. I don't think there's a game they could lose. Or they can't win. Sorry.
Yeah, you got UAB, Mississippi State. That should be 2 wins. Arkansas at home should be a win. At Alabama,
they can beat Alabama. I'm not saying they will, but
you get at Kentucky. That should be a win. Oklahoma at home. New Mexico.
Oh, that'll be a good game.
That's a good game, man. New Mexico State at home. At Florida, who knows if Billy's still the coach? They may have packed it in by then, and then Vandy at home. So this team, I was thinking 8-4, 7-5. This could 100% be a playoff team. They got a really good team.
Yeah, if Aguilar just takes care of the football, he started on fire and then kind of just
fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah, but I think I was really impressed with Mike Bobo, especially watching that game back, just seeing kind of the chess match between him and Tim Banks. I thought it was, I don't know. I guess when you're watching games back, you can kind of watch it more intently than more you don't have that. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah,
you're not so caught up in the moment of, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it was a great game. Anything else you want to unpack, or you want to move on to the next?
I just think what separates Georgia from all these other teams is their mental ability, their ability to just they're never phased. They're down 14 right off the bat, and you didn't see them give up. They just all right. We're just going to do what we're going to do what Georgia does: run the football, play action, whatever. And all of a sudden, it's a tie game.
I think the only game I've seen the last 5 or 6 years where Georgia like kind of gave up was the Ole Miss game last year, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Usually they're not going away easy. But yeah, great game. Let's move on to another game that around that 3:30, 4 o'clock slate. We got Miami demolishing South Florida in Miami. I was hesitant to take Miami. I love this. I love the Bulls. I love the story, but Miami was too much.
Yeah, I'm a believer. I didn't get the chance to catch this, but it looked like Miami kind of just took care of business.
Yeah, I mean, you got Carson Beck threw for 370, 200 on the ground. Looks like they got Keelan Marion involved. 6 catches, 81 yards. BYU transfer Malachi Toney had another great game. 6 catches, 66 yards. Tony Johnson, 60 yards. Joshua Moore had 60 yards. Like, they spread the ball around. And Mark Fletcher had a $120 on the ground. So, I mean, it's a great team, man. Miami's really freaking good. It's just like the tale as old as time. When they get into the end of the year and they got to go play these road games, are they going to be locked in and ready to play? Like, we've seen it over and over again. These Mario teams kind of fizzle out in the end of the year. Like this team, this is another great-looking team. I mean, we saw it last year with Miami. They were demolishing people. Can they sustain this the whole year? Like, is this the team to do it?
I thought last year's team was pretty damn good. I don't want to say Cam Moore was generational, but he was pretty dang close.
Yeah.
But Beck looks really good.
He looks like his 23 self, honestly. I mean, he looks really freaking good.
I need to see Miami versus Georgia in the playoff.
No, that would be a great game.
In Athens.
That would be crazy. Yeah, I don't think there's much to take away. I think kind of like we talked about, South Florida ran into a brick wall, and Miami wasn't going to, overlook them. So kind of bad spot for them. Still like that plus 800 bet.
Believer. I'm a believer.
Believer right here. Not much else to take away from this one. You want to go on to the next one?
For sure.
All right. Next matchup. This one was also a great game, also a shootout. Ole Miss edges out Arkansas 41-35 in Oxford.
Arkansas should have won. Tough fumble at the end.
Taylor Green.
Taylor Green's him. Taylor Green is him. I love Taylor Green.
420 yards total, 2 tutties. Like, that's a fun quarterback to play with on NCAA.
Yeah, I just did. I'm doing a rebuild. They outgained them by about 50 yards and lost. You don't see that whole lot.
No.
Austin Simmons was a no-go, like, I think a couple hours before kick, and I thought, I don't want to butcher this name, Trinidad Chambliss, sorry. Transfer from Ferris State. It just kind of shows. I'm not saying anybody could succeed in the Lane Kiffin offense, but I am saying that.
Yeah. No, he had 400 total yards, 3 tutties.
I guess Austin Simmons played 1 snap, or he had 1 throw.
1 throw and 1 run. Yeah.
And they really couldn't get anything on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, they ran Chambliss a little bit, but outside of that,
they ran him towards the end of the game. I like that.
He only had 40 yards.
I know you like QB power and stuff. You love that, so.
Love QB power. Harrison Wallace had 92 yards and tutty, former Penn State Nittany Lion. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of this one. I know you were watching this one intently. This one ended up hitting for you.
Yeah, thank you. My 1 of 2 bets hit this week. 2 and 10. There we go. Jerry Drummond. There you go. I'm higher on this Arkansas team than I thought. Cam Shanks, receiver. He's a transfer from UAB. He can fly. Name to watch. They got Notre Dame in a couple weeks.
Is that at Arkansas?
In Fayetteville.
That's a little sneaky game right there.
Omega Blake is very good as well.
Who was this?
Arkansas receiver, Omega Blake, 6 for 81. Cam Shanks only had 1 for 6 yards. I say that because I did a UAB rebuild, and he was like very, very fast.
So you know this roster
a little bit. I think Pittman's gonna be done. I don't know what they have to do what he has to do to keep his job. I'm just rooting for the guy because I think he's a really good dude.
Yeah, no, you see all the players and whatnot kind of talk about how good of a guy he is and down to earth. Yeah, I mean they're playing a lot better than I thought they would. So I don't know if he survives this year or whatnot. Curious to see. I know. Let's see who they got next. They got Memphis. That'll be a good game at Memphis. So we'll see. They got some tough games. Notre Dame, Tennessee, A&M, and Auburn back to back to back to back. So they better bring it, man. I don't know. We'll see. But any more you want to touch on this one or you want to go on?
No, I'm not. I need to see more from Ole Miss. Maybe if Austin Simmons gets healthy, they can compete for a playoff spot. For right now, I'm not really sold on them as much.
Yeah, I'm not as well. Defense has a lot of questions, but yeah, let's go on to the arguably another game of the night. Texas A&M travels to South Bend to take on Notre Dame. This one was a 7:30 kick on NBC. Our boy Noah Eagle, I know favorite announcer.
Yeah, I love him so much.
This one was another classic. I think the main thing that I took away from this game, Marcel Reed came to play. Like they had to throw the ball to win that game, and he came up clutch. I mean, I know it helps when you have Mario Craver.
Just about to say that.
He's a dog, 200 yards and a tutty. Like, that's just crazy. But this is another great game. I think CJ Carr played well. I know he had 1 pick, but he looked good. Jeremiah Love finally got him involved. Finally, 23
got his carries.
23 carries is what he should be getting. He's too good of a player not to. Again, Eli Raridan was kind of like their main receiving threat. They love them some tight ends at Notre Dame, but I was super impressed with that offense for A&M, man. I mean, like they got, Moss and Owens and running back, then Craven, Casey, and Bussey at receiver, like they're explosive. Coupled in with Marcel Reed's ability to run as well, like that's an explosive offense.
It was weird to see Marcel Reed throw for 300. Was not expecting that.
No.
I was not expecting this game to turn into a Big 12 game, and that's what it was.
The over-under was what, like
50.5.
Oh my god! I think did we take the under on that?
I did. I did.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the only thing I will say: Marcel Reed still wasn't efficient.
Yeah.
17 to 37. Like, yeah, it was basically feast or famine.
Pretty much. It was either let's, screw it, Casey or
hey, they found a way to win. So I can't hate on it.
No. Did you see that video of on the final play that they scored on? Basically the center like just straight up bear hugged.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't call that.
How does that not get flagged like that?
Also, Tyler Buckner.
Yeah, no, I saw the post-game interview with Marcus Freeman. And they're like, so did you have a chance to talk to Tyler about that snap or what? He was like, no, I did not talk to him. It's like, oh. Yeah. It was like, oh, that's not good.
Oh,
I know he hit the portal and came back to be like on the lacrosse team or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel for the guy because it's not like you're Gunnar Stockton because Gunnar Stockton is the holder. And like, if he messes that up, he has a chance to redeem himself.
No chance.
He's done. And Notre Dame, 0-2. I get it. That's the hardest 2-game stretch. Maybe anyone outside of no, that's the hardest 2-game stretch.
Yeah, on the road, back to back like that. Yeah.
They play this one at home, dude.
Oh, sorry. My bad, chat.
Yeah. Anyway, they really miss Al Golden.
Yeah, that secondary was sus.
It's bad.
It was not great.
They couldn't get a stop.
No. Like front seven's still good. Drake Bowen had 14 tackles. Like there's some players there, but like secondary, yeesh.
Yeah, it's. I think Skid Carter is going to be really good.
Yeah, when Marcel Reed's dropping 360 on you through the air, that's probably not a good sign.
Yeah, that was not on my bingo card at all.
No, it was not on mine either.
If you told me Marcel Reed threw for 300 yards, I'm like, all right, A&M was down 14 the entire game or something like that.
Right.
Or sorry, A&M was down 14.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the schedule now. Notre Dame's got Purdue. That should be a win. At Arkansas is tricky. Then you get Boise State, NC State, and USC at home. At Boston College, Navy at home. At Pitt, Syracuse at home, and then at Stanford. Like, I mean, what do you think? That their season comes down to USC and Arkansas. Maybe at Pitt.
Depends how well USC is at that time.
Yeah, that's in November. Yeah, November 18th in the cold. We'll see how USC handles that. At Pitt's, I think, a tricky game. I don't know, man. I think, can they still make the playoff? Yeah. Do they have to run the table? Yeah. I think they have to.
Yeah. Defense just looks rough.
It does not. I mean, I get it. You're replacing a DC, but the way you recruit and Marcus Freeman being the head coach, like your defense should not be that bad. I mean, they've given up. Well, they only gave it 27 to Miami, but it's still 41 to A&M at home. Yikes.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is they still had a chance to win the game. It was a miraculous catch.
Talking about that touchdown by the time. Yeah, that was a miraculous catch. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the main takeaway is A&M, are they top 5 in the SEC? Like, who's your SEC top 5?
Georgia. Tennessee / LSU, Bama, A&M.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Georgia, LSU. Would you have Oklahoma?
Oh, yeah, I get that. Golly.
Georgia, LSU, Oklahoma, Bama. You still have Texas.
You want to talk about Texas?
Let it rip.
I don't know if I said this publicly, and I may be accused of being a hindsight person, whatever, but Arch Manning being the best recruit of all time type thing and all this stuff. Trevor Lawrence is the best QB recruit of all time. I get it. It's different. They have to win this year. That defense is legit.
Yeah, you can't have that many NFL guys and not, waste.
Like, this is the year.
You can't squander that talent. I get it. They're definitely not as good as they were at receiver last year. I think they've taken a step back there.
Yeah.
Offensive line's taking a step back. I mean, quarterback's taking a step back.
You think he's hurt?
Huh?
Do you think he's hurt?
I've seen the videos of him throwing it, and he's like wincing after he throws. Like, I don't know if that's like he's just his form his technique is terrible, his mechanics, or if he's dealing with an actual injury. I don't know. I don't think they've said anything.
I think he's hurt.
I could totally see that. I mean, you don't just wince every time you throw the ball. Like, and he just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Like just.
I wonder if they're gonna make a change. I'm not saying they will, but like he is not playing well.
No, I mean, who's the backup?
God, I don't even know.
I don't even know who the backup. I haven't even.
I think it's got 3-star or something more.
Stand by. Backup is Matthew Caldwell. They got him from Troy.
All right, they don't have a lot of options. They have to ride with Arch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great after Arch. It's definitely Arch or bust. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with that offense. Like, and next game, I mean, they got Sam Houston, and they got at Florida. Like, I don't know if Florida will test them. Like,
I think that game will be close.
I think it will. I mean,
that's in the Swamp. That's like Arch's first true road start. All right, but no, Ohio State. Sorry, totally forgot.
Red River, October 11th.
I think if that game was tomorrow, Oklahoma would be favored.
Dude, right now, Texas is 9.5-point favorite in Red River. I might be hammering Oklahoma.
Can I bet that right now?
It's ESPN right here. It says it's 9.5. Texas.
Holy crap! What week? What week is that? What's the date on that?
Stand by. October 11th. So that's what we.
I may have to hear that again.
That's God, it's gonna be 9.5-point favorite. That's insane.
How much are tickets? Stand by. Okay, let's just see how much tickets are. Holy crap! I can't go.
That's not going to fit in the budget.
Cheapest ticket is $605.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Maybe the Dakota's money will hit different.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Arch, man. It's like, I think you're right. I think he might be hurt.
I think he's hurt, or honestly, I get it. Like, he seems really like cool and relaxed, but like everyone telling you you're going to be better than your uncles. Everyone's saying like you haven't really played a meaningful snap and you're already the best quarterback in the country. People are saying you're a shoe-in to go to the Heisman ceremony. Like, it probably just weighs on him. And I don't want to make excuses for him, but like, he's 19 years old and he's been told his whole life, like, he's going to be, the next great quarterback, the next great Manning.
I mean, he even said in the preseason, like, y'all need to chill out with the hype. Like, he even said it himself.
I think there's a reason why Arch Manning was like, yeah, he's not coming out this year. I think they know
he's not ready.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming the media hyping him up when he hasn't played a legit snap up until this year.
Like,
and we all knew they were going to take a step back skill player-wise and offensive line.
Right. I think it's one of those, whatever it is that he's dealing with, they need to lean on the running game. They need to lean on Wisner and Baxter. They kind of need to just like ease him in. Like, I think they're trying to rely on him to do too much. It's like, you got two good running backs, kind of run the football, ease him into it, let him kind of heal from whatever he's got going on. I think the upside's there. It's just like, he needs to quit trying to be the hero.
Yeah, I think he's pressing too much. That's a good point. I don't know, man. That's a tough situation because it looks like if Quinn Ewers was still the quarterback, I think they beat Ohio State.
Yeah, that's not a bad argument.
And they ran him out of town, not like officially, but basically.
Pretty much. I mean, I think that's also the thing too. Like, Arch probably had a chance to hey, you can beat him out. I doubt it was one of those we're riding with Quinn. There is no QB battle. Arch never beat out Quinn. He could have beat him out last year. You know what I mean? It was kind of never in doubt.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a seniority thing or I don't know. I feel like you can't really do that at Texas. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he responds next week against Sam Houston. I probably won't watch that because I don't care about our training that much. But that Florida game, October 4th?
That's going to be a big test.
That's going to be huge.
Even though Florida's dropped the last couple, they're probably going to drop Miami. Still, it's going to be a tough place to play. So we'll kind of gain some more info on that. You want to move on to we got LSU. We still got LSU, Florida.
Jeez, wow.
Staying in the SEC. We can go too much into it, but I think the main takeaway from me for this one, this was kind of the opposite of Tennessee, Georgia. The style was defense. It was very low scoring, kind of limited possessions. Lagway throwing 5 picks. That was he just looks like he looks like Arch on times 2, trying to press, trying to be the hero, and you can tell his confidence is pretty shaken right now. I got probably too with all the uncertainty around the program, who's going to be head coach. It's probably taking a toll on him.
Yeah, that was a tough watch.
Yeah.
He's seeing ghost. The great thing is that he threw 5 picks and they still had a chance to win the game.
Only lost by 10.
They were driving and then he took the 5th one.
Yeah, I mean, if he wouldn't have thrown 5, if he would have just thrown 2, they would have had a real good chance to win. They might have won. They were moving the ball too. They were getting VB3 involved, and Jaden Ball has some good rushes and catches. That's just tough, man. You hate to see his confidence get shaken like that for as much talent as he has.
Yeah, speaking of dumb picks, the one Nussmeier threw. What the hell was that?
was that pick worse than any of Lagway's?
Trying to throw across your body the middle of the field, running towards the sideline. Probably, as a JV quarterback myself, yeah, you probably don't want to do that. I'm trying to remember there was 5 of them, so I'm trying to remember all of Lagway's.
The one where he was dancing around the backfield and threw it across the field, it looked like he was trying to throw it out of bounds, and then DJ Pickett came up and you remember?
Well, didn't Lagway threw a pick 6, right?
That I can't remember who that was to Spears, I think.
Yeah, but dude, if you take away that, it's a 3-point game. And then he threw a pick before the half. I think they got a field goal out of it.
I think their entire secondary pick.
He gave them 10 points.
I think every single member of that secondary got a pick. I think Pickett got one. I think Delane got one.
Have you seen the video of the Oregon secondary, and then the Michigan State player comes and takes a picture with them?
Oh, yeah.
The tweet was Lagway after throwing 5 picks to LSU.
I swear, I think because Pickett, Delane got one, Halsey, Spears, and Cooley. That's all 5 starters.
Wow.
That's
bro trying to get – dude, he's going to transfer to LSU next year.
I'd honestly be there for it.
Dude, 5 picks in one game. Oh, my God. I feel for the kid because he has all the talent in the world.
There's talent on that offense, too. It's just Ball's a good player, BB3, Sturdivant. They got players. It's just
dude, he threw 5 picks and they were still within the game.
Yeah, it's.
So I don't know what to take it from LSU. I
kind of just an ugly game. I don't even know. And then
I think once you see LSU get in a shootout of a game, I mean the 2 big games they've played, they haven't had to do too much.
I think there's been kind of like we've talked about It wasn't the style of the game. I think if they got into a shootout with, like, say, a Ole Miss, I think they'd be able to, win that one as well. They got the weapons. Like, I don't have any doubt about that. I don't think that's what the pace of the game was.
Dude, what's up with Nick Anderson?
I don't know, man. They one catch, 9 yards. Like, he's got how many yards? He's got 26 yards, 4 catches on the year. I don't know if he's battling injury. I don't know if he's just – Aaron Anderson's clearly the number one guy. Xavier Thomas, Barryon Brown. He just may be third or fourth on the –
They may have an embarrassment of riches at receiver.
Hey, Matt. And once Trades Green gets back too, that offense is – when they have to score points, they're going to be able to score points.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about LSU. Honestly, I think that game was just like, all right, let's just not let Florida back in the game being stupid and let our defense kind of carry us a little bit.
Right. I think it's honestly, if you're an LSU fan, it's pretty encouraging. It's like, okay, our defense can win us games. Like,
which was not the case. Since 2019, it's been offense.
Right. It is. Yeah. It's impressive to see how much that defense has improved. I know they took some injuries at linebacker, but it seems like those guys will be back. I don't think it's too serious, but yeah, man, LSU again. I think they're still one of the top 5 teams. I don't know if that's how you feel as well, but
yeah, I would say LSU is still a top 5 team. I'm not gonna. They have a good win on the road, even if Clemson lost to Georgia Tech. I said that's a quality win, and any win in the SEC. I don't want to sound like I'm an SEC homer. I'm not, but I'd still.
It means more.
It does just mean more. Any win against SC team, you got to take. Like, you're 1-0 in conference.
Yeah, a win's a win. As cliche as it sounds.
And a beauty pageant.
Nope, it is not. All that matters is that win-loss column.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we good to move on? Last game?
Yeah.
All right. I know this will brighten your mood a little bit. Vanderbilt 31, South Carolina 7. Lenore Sellers goes out. Believe it is concussion. From what we have heard, Vanderbilt just once Lenore's got out, it was B to A.
Yeah. Hate to see Sellers go out. That sucks because I was looking forward to this game. Like, no BS. Like, I was looking forward to it. I don't understand why Aaron Nolan didn't play.
Yeah,
I know Luke Doty's been there forever.
He's our age, isn't he?
Yeah, he's our age. What was the score when? Oh my God, I think it was already like 17-7, maybe.
When Lenore's went out,
they were trailing when Sellers went out, right?
Yes, I believe so. I think it might have been 14-7.
That South Carolina defense, that's what everyone was worried about going into the offseason, was like, how can they replace it? And let's see. 146 yards allowed on the ground, which isn't like terrible, but like Vandy controlled the game.
Yeah, Vandy didn't put up a whole lot of, like, 177 passing, 146 rushing. Like,
they just controlled the game.
Yeah, I know. South Carolina had 3 fumbles and lost 2 of them. Probably gave them short field possession. It looks like they did not. Well, they threw also. Did they throw interception?
Yeah,
Luke Dalton and Sellers had an interception. So I think this one was definitely turnovers. You had 2 lost fumbles and 2 picks. Like, that'll hurt your chances a lot. I don't know. I know we're worrying about South Carolina's defense, and I think that's valid. And without Sellers, as we can tell, Not a great football team, I don't think. Like, definitely taking a step back from last year.
Yeah, I just questioned the Mike Shula hire at OC. I just don't think that's what South Carolina personnel is. I don't think they're a pro style.
Nah, I don't think so either. Why would you be pro style when you have Lenore Sellers at quarterback? Like, that makes no sense. Like, Cadwell's scheme would be beautiful.
Anything would be more beautiful than watching that. God, it was a hard watch. I mean, it wasn't for me, but
I was about to say not for you, but
I don't know what. I don't want to be disrespectful. I just don't know what people thought this ceiling for this South Carolina team was.
I guess with the healthy Sellers, you try and make the playoff, but like they just lost too many pieces on both sides of the ball.
I mean, they could. I think they can go 9-3 and beat Clemson, but I don't think they could go. They're not there yet. I mean, I could be wrong. They could run the table. God, that'd be awful. But I just don't. I don't. Sellers just, even when Sellers is in, it doesn't look natural.
It's just like, and again, we've talked about it. Receiver, like Nick Harbor is not. He's a track star. Like he has a limited route tree, and outside of him, like they just don't have any. Like, are you going to rely on true freshman and Donovan Murphy?
I would say that Donovan Murph's probably their second best receiver.
And he's a true freshman. Like, that's not good. Like, and their offensive line definitely took a step back as well. Like, that's
been the problem at South Carolina for a while. I know in 23 they had some offensive line problems. Last year was better. I don't know. I just think Sellers is a freak show, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a recipe to have a one-man offensive show.
No, I don't think it's like the meme of the Lamborghini under the shed.
Basically, what it is.
Like, I don't think he's really well equipped around him, and you hate to see it because he's one of the better players in college football
for sure.
But yeah, I think Vandy, another impressive win. He's got, Clarkley's got them boys playing.
They play hard for him.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's inspired football. That's grit.
Yeah, Pavia's a warrior.
He is a little dog. He's a little pit bull. But yeah, anything else you want to go over?
No, man. I thought it was a fun week. Obviously, it stinks when Clemson loses, but I'm not going to complain about football. Obviously, a lot of things happened this week to kind of put things in perspective. But, football is great, but don't let it define who you are.
It is not your entire personality.
Oh, it is. But, yeah, it stinks. But also it's like, dang, there's so many other good games on.
Yeah, no, this week was great. I thought we, again, the Georgia-Tennessee, Notre Dame A&M, like, masterpiece. I enjoyed both of those a lot. So I'm looking forward to this upcoming week. I know we'll be posting some content on the socials, and we'll most likely be coming out with that preview pod Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. So tune in for that. And, yeah. It was a pleasure talking with you, Mr. Drummond.
Yes, thanks for having me, dude.
Of course, man. And we will see y'all soon.